Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Death Note. This is season 1 or part 1, however you want to say it. Episode 25, Silence. And we're right back in the game. A number of questions I had got answered with how Light would behave. Well, let's see what happens next.
Who knew that Light would go back to his evil, maniacal ways? Not me, but I'm ready, willing, and able to see if he's going to turn a new leaf. Chances are doubtful.
I really didn't think he was going to go back to that. But after all the memories came back, he is not only back, but it seems like he is even more aggressive than the first time around. Can't wait to see how this plays out.
All right, without further ado, then let's go!
This is a mess.
Hey, Bob, we are way behind on schedule, so I'm gonna need you to get everything hooked up like yesterday. All this stuff needs to be done by tomorrow. Gotta have it done.
Boss, I'm not an electrician. I mean, shouldn't we wait for the pros?
This can't be that hard. Couple plugins, couple wires. It's not that big of a deal. We do not have time to wait for the electrician, so just get it done. I'm counting on you, all right?
I'm counting on you. Oh!
Jumping jackrabbits, Bob, what the hell happened?
Oh, I knew this was a bad idea.
Bob's instincts were right, but his supervisor didn't listen. Now Bob's injury could be worth millions.
Wait, did you say millions? Who are these professionals that can help me?
Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But Bob is worried because he doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. When your boss puts you in a dangerous situation and you get hurt, don't settle for less than you deserve. Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you every penny. And the best part? It's completely free unless you win. But Bob feels conflicted. He doesn't want to sue his boss, even if the company hasn't paid him for the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing their insurance company. There's no reason to feel bad about getting the compensation you deserve. So if you've been a victim in a car accident, medical malpractice, workplace injury, or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Bob did, and he sure is thankful Morgan & Morgan had his back.
Time to rage!
Yeah, man, I can't believe he wrote the death note right in the car next to L on
Just
that
brazen.
little piece of paper on his watch.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, we learned that it didn't have to be with a pen or a pencil. You could do it with blood.
Blood.
It's very
That's- yep.
fitting, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, there's our guy.
What's up, people?
I believe that's the name of the song.
It seems like in these credits, it's like, is this a world where there's nobody left except for like a dozen people at most?
No, that's what.
You know, it's just the way they film it. What is that? Big clock?
This is very interesting.
Is this L's background? Yeah, that's L.
God damn it.
Now
I was
Metallica's
waiting
gonna
for
hit.
Metallica. Dun 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 dun.
Or do you want AC/DC?
Yeah, Hell's Bells.
Yeah.
Or ain't no grave can hold my body down.
All right, so a little bit of background with L.
Is something the matter?
Maybe it was his flashback.
What's wrong?
It's a dream sequence.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is
I suppose L's got to be like, how did this happen?
oh.
Found the missing piece.
The corner of the page of this notebook has been torn off.
I've never tried using it like that.
Gods of death love apples.
Not necessarily. We've evolved.
Evolution. Sustenance.
You're finally free to leave headquarters on your own, but it seems like you never go out.
I'm not in the mood for love.
The mood.
Not in the mood for love sounds like a song.
I'm in no position to continue punishing criminals. That's why I need you to punish them.
Oh, gonna make Misa do it?
Careful what you do.
Oh, this
Oh,
is creepy.
wow.
You tell me everything.
This is so creepy.
Oh.
Tell me again
I heard criminals are being killed again.
There were 16 deaths just yesterday.
Whoa.
Oh,
Then this means we're dealing with yet another Kira. Not again!
Back to it.
Oh, I can't fool him.
It has to be Misa.
These killings began as soon as Misa was free, didn't they?
Eh,
She has nothing to do with this.
I suppose you're right.
oops.
I'll just have to bring that person to justice. 13 days.
Oh, the fake rules are still working.
Will we really be able to legally convict
Ah.
and punish them for mass harm?
Finally! Finally!
This guy's intentionally writing names in the notebook. The least we can do is execute the killer.
They'd receive the death penalty.
Truly disgusting.
Oh, that smile.
The only way for me to save Misa is to write Ryuzaki's real name in my notebook. And I will die as well. Light Yagami has planned everything so that it will work out in...
That's right.
Yep.
What are you gonna do, Ram? Think about Misa's happiness.
Oh,
Wow. How maniacal is
Look at that. It doesn't even give us a
no.
screen, just says death note. Wow. Oh, no car at all.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We at the lanes? With those shoes?
Oh, it's so crazy seeing Light back in this character now, as opposed to when he didn't have his memory.
What are you doing standing out there by yourself?
And a smile with it.
I hear the bell. The sound of the bell has been unusually alive today.
Oh, he's hearing things too.
Oh, I think we're going back to his childhood, huh?
Yep.
What are you getting at, Ryuzaki?
Nothing I say makes any sense anyway.
I probably know that better than anyone.
I could say the same about you. From the moment you were born, has there ever been a point where you've actually told the truth?
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
calling him out.
Everybody lies from time to time.
I had a feeling you'd say something like that. Let's go back inside.
Wow.
Calling him out.
I'm calling your ass out.
Impressive. Has there ever been a point in your whole life you haven't lied?
What are you doing?
Ugh. Get away
I
from
can give
my
you a massage
feet,
as well.
bro.
It's the least I can do to atone for my sins.
Okay, stay away from my feet. Oh, God.
Oh.
Do as you...
What are we doing here?
You'll get used to it.
What if I just grabbed your tootsies, Oak, and started rubbing on them?
Tootsies.
Wait, so make it extra weird by calling
Now
them
remember-
Tootsies.
Absolutely.
This whole sequence is weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, because maybe he's like looking at something that we're
That's what
not
I
seeing.
thought, yeah.
Because he doesn't ever do anything not for a reason.
Yeah.
Like when he grabbed Misa's butt.
Right. Get her phone.
What is this?
You and I will be parting ways soon. I'm on my way. It seems like it's all worked out.
What's worked out?
It seems like it's all worked out. What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, this episode is weird, though.
You've somehow gotten approval from another country to use the notebook for an execution?
Excellent work.
Oh, he's going to try it.
I'm gonna try out the notebook for real.
Oh,
What?
he wants to see if he can do a scrap.
He's going to have
That's
Light
why-
write the name.
L's going to
The
do it
person
to
who will
test
write
it.
in the book is a criminal scheduled to be executed.
Oh, okay. I thought...
Yeah,
If we work this out, the entire case will be solved.
that's true, because
He
then
wants-
he'll know what's BS.
Oh, what is this? Oh,
Oh, whoa! He's taking out our guy.
what the hell's going on? The Shinigami.
Oh,
Whoa!
holy shit, is it happening? Is this happening?
What? No! Dude! No!
Rem did it. Look at Light, he's just as surprised.
Light was going to make Misa write in the notebook, I bet.
Well, but he was betting that Rem would do it.
You son of a... What?
Dude, we just lost L? Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
look at that.
Christ.
Look at
Come
that face.
on. Dude, we just lost L. No way. No way.
Snap out of it!
What happened?
It'll be us next!
It's creating panic.
Are you Shinigami?
We better go and look too.
Oh,
Wow.
that's all that's left of Rem. It's the pile of dust.
There's something here!
What does this mean?
We're going to solve this case in honor of him.
Let's do this for them.
Aren't we all gonna get killed? We put our lives on the line when we chose to be here.
It's weird hearing you say that.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow.
Episode 25, where everything changed again.
I've gotten rid of everything in my way.
Rem is gone. L is gone.
God of the New World.
Oh, folks. I can't imagine what all you folks out there went through when you watched this and then had to wait a week to get to episode 26. Holy cow, what an episode. I didn't see any of this coming. You know, when L was out there in the rain, he was pretty much... Hey, because that's just the one thing that I want to go off on here for a moment. When L was in there, out in the rain, talking to Light, he basically, to me, I got the vibe that he's like, look, I've had enough of this. I can't keep going through the regular channels that I've been doing. I'm just going to call Light out and just, because he had his percentages on how he felt that L or Light was a part of it, and L's like, to hell with it. I'm so lost in this investigation. He's having flashbacks of his youth, where I presume that was the day he lost his parents, and Watari took care of him from then on. But I did not expect that we would lose L in this episode. It's just so wild. I mean, he was out there in the rain, told him, have you ever not lied in your whole life? And Light took the, well, what do you mean? I always try to do my best, sort of response. But this was incredible. I mean, we got the little bit of creepiness with Misa, where I don't know about you guys.
Was little.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, I know it's been used before in other, movies and media and songs or whatever, but if there was ever like an angel of death type vibes where Misa's walking around, that's totally the vibes that I got, where Misa's walking through the city. She can see everybody's lifespan. Now, the only thing I don't know, and I'm sure that'll get answered to us later, is how many years of life did Rem add to Misa, because that's what kind of Light laid his whole plan out, that Rem would never let anything happen to Misa, and that, he was counting on it. So I'm not sure if it was the fact that Light was counting on Rem getting involved to stop Misa from getting caught, or if Rem getting involved would add some time to Misa's life. I think it's probably that she just wouldn't get caught. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, kind of thinking out in my head right now, that Rem did what she did to keep Misa from getting busted. But everything came through for Light. Everybody's out of his way, and just what a psycho character. The way they've done his character.
The fact that he caught him and just looks at him smiling with the red eyes.
Yep.
And even when Rem figured out the plan and he just looks back and smiles, well, what are you going to do? Because the way he does it too, where he's saying it so like cocky and arrogant, well, Rem, what are you going to do?
And we haven't had that Light for 20-ish odd episodes, or
which was refreshing.
Yeah, where he's actually trying to solve
It's nice to see him like, come on, I'm going to solve this case. Then as soon as he got it, yes, everything's going.
Just playing with my emotions.
So then my big question is, what's going to happen? Because when Misa is going to look in the mirror and she's going to see that she's got more life added to her.
Does it work that way?
Well, I thought that's what it was, that Rem adds life to Misa.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if, as the person with the Shinigami eyes, are you able to? I don't think you're able to see your own life.
Okay,
I don't.
Because regardless, then
either way,
the other version of that is, how is Misa going to react when Rem is gone? Because as much as she She loves light. We know that to be true. What about she really loved Rem as well, and they had a great 1-2 combination with each other.
I'm sure Light will just make up some lie.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. No, he'll be like, "This was to save you. I swear to God, honey."
That's exactly what it'll
Honey,
be.
we're going to create a better world.
I didn't want the weight of this on your shoulders. It was too much. You didn't need to have this.
Honey, I did this for you,
But
for us.
Well, you're getting into it.
Well, because that's how he talks.
Well, when Rem, here's the thing. Now that Rem passed and he's got the notebook, is Misa going to remember any of it? Is she even going to remember it?
Yeah.
With her Shinigami gone, does she remember that any of this ever even happened? Is my question. Look, this was wild. I mean, talk about L. L had him dead to rights.
He had a great plan too. The 13-day plan.
I'm going to have Misa write the name. That's the way I took it. Misa was going to write the name in the notebook.
No, they had a convict.
No, the convict was he was scheduled to be killed in 13 days. He was going to write the name.
And then if he was still alive in 13 days, he was going to get extradited
or whatever.
Pardoned. Yeah, pardoned.
So they had it all worked out, and Al was ready to just try something completely different just to prove it, because I think he was doubting the rules that were in there, and
because I thought L himself was going to write his name.
What I thought,
because I was like,
he's going to
write it and say, screw it, if I'm gone and
I'm gone.
I took it wrong.
But I don't think it's a rule. I bet you saw right through it.
I thought what they were going to. I'm sorry. I was so wrapped up. I thought what he was going to do is he was going to ask Misa to write the person's name in the notebook.
Yep.
Okay, because they were scheduled to be executed anyhow, and he was going to have Misa write the name in the notebook. And now, if the person didn't die, then he was going to be executed anyway. But if the person did die, then he would know it was Misa who was Kira. See, that's how I took it.
Yeah.
Well, but anybody who writes the name in the note, because if they've all touched it.
Yeah, but they have to write names, and that's the thing, is none of them have been writing. So the one who's going to write the name is someone who will be executed within 13 days.
Someone who is going to write.
So if he's still alive after 13 days,
the rule is
we've made a deal to commute his
Okay.
execution.
Okay, yep. All right, I get it. Yeah, wow. Either way, the fact that Light is just so, I mean, look, it's a really strong metaphor for, like, if you give this much power to a person, watch how terribly it corrupts them. And, he was willing to sacrifice Ram, who he knows that Misa cares for. Of course, he doesn't care about anybody. But
no, he doesn't give two shits.
The biggest thing at the end, he went back to the whole, I'm a god now. And it's like, how do we even, like, how do you stop this guy? Because look, he's arrogant, right? He's wildly arrogant, but he is also very clever.
Yeah,
he only had the one misstep that we've seen the entire time.
That we've shown, or that has been shown to us with him, is that he is incredibly clever. The way he planned everything out before he knew his memory was going to be wiped, to putting the piece of the notebook in his watch, to the pin, to everything,
to changing the notebooks around so that he had different notebooks.
The way he had it planned out was so meticulous and maniacal. It's absolutely wild. I did not see us losing L. L's been, like, initially we talked, of course, we said the term cat and mouse so much when we initially started watching this show. And then as that kind of dissipated, L has still been obviously the main adversary, if you can call it that, of Light. And now that's gone. And I feel like, well, what else is even left now? I mean, who wants to keep, especially now, if you're the rest of that team investigating, who wants to keep investigating?
Yeah, right. Especially without L's big brain to help you out in all his ideas.
Who wants to keep investigating this, knowing that your life is at risk every single day? Look,
and the thing is, even if they suspect Light, let's say they would, they all know that Light knows their real names.
Yeah.
Being in law enforcement comes with its obviously inherent risks on a day-to-day basis, depending on what your duties are. But, like, knowing that there's somebody who can just take you out by writing your name in a book, or looking at your face and writing it down, if I'm investigating this case, I'm out. I'm out. Sorry.
Well, hey, there's the door. Yeah, I'll gladly take it. And
that's it.
And then we were wondering about
brother.
Yeah, when he was rubbing
his feet.
Like, I know we were like, oh, what is this all about? For me, though, as weird as it was, I was still thinking Elle was trying to figure something out. That he could find something, like all of a sudden he would find, I don't know, dirt or something you know, because that's just how he has been. He can find any little morsel and it helps trigger something in him. So I was wondering why we went with the bells at the beginning and then we went to the bells and then, well, that must have been like his earliest memory or something. And so it was a little,
if there was some sort of religious undertones there, of course, the washing of the feet and forgiving of sins, and nobody's above anybody else, and all
maybe
that.
maybe just Elle just knew his time was coming.
But it was all real, as the kids would say, it gave me the ick.
Cringe.
It gave me the ick.
Oh my God.
I don't know where we go from here, but part 2 is coming up fast.
Well,
I believe one more episode. Yeah.
Yep. And then, because I mean, this was 25 episodes in and it's 37 total. So it's like, all right, what do we do for these last 12? Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys already have, but hey, like we always got to say, where do we go from here? We cannot wait for more because this was shocking. I mean, I kind of knew it was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to happen this
I had no idea we'd lose Al, period.
No, I
thought
these two were going to fight until the final episode.
I thought these two, look, they set him up as such a main character. I thought this was going to be all the way through to the final.
The whole run.
You know what would have been fun is if Rem would have did it accidentally and let in light on a little, or let Ellen on a secret. Hey, I'm gonna write your name down. Just play dumb, and then you could have saw.
Yeah, then he could have faked his death. You know Well, that's what I almost thought for a minute because the way he closed his eyes.
But Rem died.
But
so. Rem died.
But Rem also wrote Watari's name in there too.
That's true.
So we'll see. We shall see.
Yep.
Bold prediction from the old answer here. So you guys enjoy this when it was back on. I feel sorry for you guys if you had to wait a whole week to see the next episode. We get to get right back into it. So for Apple and Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals. I mean, they should have had a somber one here for
our main character.
How about we
for Elle being gone?
Well, that's because maybe he's not really gone.
Maybe
might not be gone, dude.
Like they still have him in the opening credits.
Yeah,
maybe he's not.
Got Ryuk chasing an apple.
Maybe he just faked his death. We have been playing cat and mouse.
We have, but man, I just don't know.
They sure have him a lot in this intro.
Well,
it's the same intro.
I know. They didn't give us a different intro.
Well, because this is the last episode of part 1.
Answer, just let me have my moment.
Hey, I'm the one that threw out the matzo ball that he's still around.
And
that he and Rem had a little convo that Light doesn't know about.
Oh, we got a lot of different people here in the intro.
What's up, people? All right, here we go.
Okay.
The Shinigami.
I wonder why Elle wanted all the information deleted if something happened to.
Because he doesn't trust anybody. Remember that?
I guess. Yeah.
You had how much protocol did he have to get for everyone else to get in there? And he especially does not trust Light. No. So you think he wants Light to have all that info?
He basically called him out.
Yeah, but
we are only broadcasting in the Kanto region. You are in Japan. Kira has found a way to obtain information from the task force headquarters.
That too. If Light had access to that, there's so many more people he could take out.
All the backtracking here.
Kira conducts experiments. He needed to know how much control he had over his victim.
Pember.
Kira had to be one of the people being investigated by the FBI.
Naomi.
She was working under me, and Kira managed to get to her.
Walked off.
Focus our investigation on only those people who Ray Pember was tailing.
I will eat one chip.
While it's true that Kira hates losing, most people would rather win than lose. I suspect that you, Light Yagami, are in fact Kira.
What would it take to get you to believe that I'm not Kira?
Just let things run their course.
I am Kira.
We can't let him finish. Kira can kill with only a face.
Stop this broadcast now!
This Kira's a fake. I'd like your permission to ask your son to cooperate with us on this investigation.
What a wrap up. This feels like the end of Elle, guys. I don't know about your theory answer.
I told you it's a shot in the dark. I'm not saying I was right or wrong. I just threw it out there that, hey, maybe he could have. Because Rem is not a big fan of light.
It would only make sense for us to look into all of the places that were mentioned in the journal.
The pickpocket move coming up, right?
The second Kira may try to contact him somehow. Please ask Mr. Moby to start following light.
I'm Light's girlfriend, Misa Amane.
We've taken her into custody under suspicion of being the second Kira.
No, hurry up and kill me. I don't know anything about the second Kira.
I could be Kira.
There's no could be about it.
I suppose I'll have to get rid of it.
That's when he changed. Get rid of it.
Ryuzaki, you have no reason to keep Light locked up anymore.
Oh, this was wild.
Mm-hmm.
So you went here.
It was a convincing performance. You and I were together.
They're fighting.
13 similar deaths in the past 3 months.
We will focus on Yotsuba.
Whoops.
Yep.
I'm an agent with Yoshida
I
Productions.
thought you said take matters into my own hands.
I thought you said take it.
Oh, the old mattress fall.
Suspicions about the Yotsuba group would be confirmed. Matsuda, you idiot.
Good luck, Misa.
Good
I'll be here
luck!
ready to celebrate when they decide to hire you.
That guy. Oh.
I'm going to trick Higuchi using Sakura TV.
Higuchi, we've got a problem.
One of those people is Kira.
Oh, watching him just get so befuddled.
Yeah, and just start to lose his mind.
Grinding the teeth.
It's him.
We were speeding. License, please.
Yeah, no problem.
It's in my briefcase.
Took off.
Ditch the cop. He's driving away. This is traffic control.
Ugh.
I believe he has the same powers as the second Kira. Right there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
I write someone's name in it while thinking of their face, that person dies.
Seeing Rem.
A monster.
A Shinigami. This isn't over yet.
Oh, there's a lot of them. Just there's only 2 on Earth.
13 days. That's the only problem. The fact that now you are reading this message means I am no longer alive at this moment.
Here we go.
Like I said, it wasn't my BL guess. It was a shot in the dark, and I was hoping
I believed you, answer.
Well, hey, wait, it all just erased.
I believed you, answer. I put my faith in you.
Now who's going to stop this guy?
Nice. I love that whole backstory of
Who
everything.
can stop him? It's irresistible force. No.
Yeah,
We need an immovable object.
that's what they need.
Irresistible.
It's been 10 days since Ryozaki's funeral. Watari was actually a famous inventor.
Oh, so that's what it was.
We can't continue investigating using this place as our base with L and Watari gone.
I should be able to transfer the system and most of the information out of here by tonight. Who is going to take the place of L?
Maybe it could be me.
It could be me.
I guess it could be me to replace him. I don't know.
You're really the only one of us who can do this.
Just as I thought. It's too simple.
The arrogance of this guy.
No competition left.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do it. Twist my arm.
You better say it in the review. You know what I'm talking about.
Things would be easier if I could rent a 1-bedroom apartment.
Light's new apartment is our task force headquarters.
New home base.
What to do with a notebook?
It's really not
Oh,
that
I'll
difficult.
take care of that.
Yeah, I'll take care of that too.
Please, Chief.
Well then, why don't we have a little party to celebrate Light becoming L number 2?
Oh, a party? You just lost L. I mean, it's been 10 days, I guess, but still.
Oh, yeah. I
Come
guess.
on.
Time to get on with your lives then, huh?
He's still seeing them.
Light, can't you enjoy yourself a little more?
You just creeping.
Let's move in together.
I knew you were just using those other girls to trick L.
Right. The creation of the new world.
God, here we go.
Oh my God, listen to the music.
Yep. The new world.
You could call this the New World Order of Wrestling, brother. Fanasonic.
Wow.
Oh.
Mary.
Oh. It's Weddy.
Well, gotta tie up loose ends.
Yep.
This will be the rebirth of Yotsuba.
Namikawa.
Oh.
Because he is the one that was feeding them information.
Took out all of them.
Yeah.
Light Yagami, age 23, joined Japan's National Police Agency.
Oh my gosh, are we
accept it?
We're just kicking into high gear.
Into a dark age in which Kira's will was the only law.
Kira's will is the only law. There's that padded room where Elle was working. He had it planned. The Whammy's house.
Ella's dead.
Are these our characters from the intro? That had to be our new characters from the intro. I'm a little bit conflicted with this episode because it was basically a recap episode, and on one hand I didn't care for it because I wanted more new story. On the other hand, I liked it because it showed just how Light's journey went and how he became to where he was and how Elle was trying to stop him, that we got the whole investigation. So I think it was done as like a way to kind of remind you of everything that happened over the course of, all these weeks, because it was a show that was done weekly at the time. So I guess I can't complain too much about having essentially a recap show. But for me, basically the whole surprise here is at the end where we go back to the Whammy house and we see two new characters, which the hair looks similar to what we see in the intro every time we watch, because there's a number of characters in the intro that we see that we haven't seen in the show yet. So I'm guessing that's where it's picked up, and maybe these two individuals here are gonna avenge Elle somehow or carry on his work. I mean, Elle did have that computer set up I immediately thought that it was going to broadcast, if I'm dead, it means Light Yagami is Kira. That's what I thought that was going to be, because it was on a timer like that. That's where I thought it was going, because I could see Elle being the kind of guy who would have all these things in place. But like I said, it's been 10 days since we lost Elle, and oh gosh, the Light's just in there just playing these guys like, I don't know who could possibly fill Elle's shoes. I don't know, it couldn't possibly be me. Oh, I'm so flattered you guys think I could do it. I mean, it's just enough to make you wanna makes you sick. But now Light's gonna have his own apartment. Another curveball, I found it interesting that the Light's dad, as kind of being the lead detective, is going to be the one in charge of hiding the death note. So again, I'm not sure if that's just more of a smokescreen to kind of throw them off. But yeah, just a wild episode again that kind of caught us up with where we were. I really liked that. But Light's character, I mean, gosh, you could study this character of that they've put out of Light Yagami. It's just so crazy. And the problem with, I mean, I think anybody who's maybe in law enforcement or whatever can attest, like, most criminals are stupid. And that's usually how they catch them. How do they catch?
Fumble, they
mess
something up.
They drive around on a car with a taillight out, or expired tags, or something stupid. I've watched enough crime shows where it's
almost
always
got away with it.
It's always some detail that they miss, and that's how they're caught. But what happens when you have essentially a super genius who's thinking so many steps ahead that they literally never get caught, even against the most brilliant minds in law enforcement? And that's what I find so fascinating, amongst many other things with this series, is when you have an absolutely brilliant criminal who's able to keep his ego in check, use his brain, think things out, and make all the right calls. It's terrifying.
I thought you were going to say it, but he can't keep getting away with it. He can't.
I wanted you to have it.
We'll see, because then at the end now, we're 5 years into the future, and now where he's part part of, you know,
he's in the police force.
He's part of the NPA.
Yeah.
He's got his apartment and he's got the headquarters. I'm assuming he's still with Misa, and she still has her Death Note capabilities. Like, they're still doing it.
So she made it 5 more years.
Yeah, we saw that also, that now people are cheering for it at the end. And now, beginning part with the narration, I appreciate it. It was nice to see that we got the whole backstory of the first, 25 episodes. Even us watching right away, that'd be helpful for someone watching it week to week. Granted, maybe you would rewatch episodes and stuff like that, but it'd be helpful, to get everything in there. And I know it was a long shot in the dark. I was hoping maybe, L somehow was able to survive or made a deal with Shimigami, or he knew something was going to happen. So I was hoping that somehow his was a fake death, but when we saw
because you could see him doing that.
I could see him going to Shimigami and just going, he wants to take me out, doesn't he? Because he knew it was.
He called out Light.
Oh, the whole time. So he could have went to Rem and been like, hey, I know he wants to take me out. Do what you have to do. Just don't take me out. I'll play Dunzo, and I will bring justice to him, because I know, because he had to try and figure. Rem had to try and figure something out, but now I'm really interested in who these 2 new characters are that we're getting introduced to. Right at the end, we saw their backs at the end of the episode. I have them up right here. Looks like one might be eccentric like L, and then the other one is just tall and blonde. I mean, they don't give you too much to look at.
No, you don't know anything.
But we'll obviously get to them in the next episode. Thankfully, there was no time break. It was a week later that part 2 started. So it was really good that they did that. But man, now that he's that far in the NPA and that he's getting everyone to really love him and basically accept him, the Kira as a god, where do we go from here, which is going to be the next thing.
How many episodes total do we have?
37.
Well, and to your point, Oak, it's where the episode before the finale was the big one. And the finale was more or less wrap up and sets the future.
Yeah. It's interesting that when we look back at the release dates on the episodes, the part 1 and part 2, they didn't take a break between them, actually.
Just right
so
to it.
Looks like it went right to it. So it's interesting. I could see this obviously being the finale of part 1 and how that would separate into a part 2. But again, as far as the story, I'm very curious to see where this goes, because Light, he's been having a run at it for a while now.
Took out a lot of loose ends.
He's already arrogant and cocky, and then he's got even more power now. And
he
now
has all that
L.
access to the police information.
This is going to be very interesting to see the way the second part plays out. It feels like we got so much story. 26 episodes in. I'm a little sad that there's only 11 left.
I know.
Really, when we talk about when we talk about shows that are this good, you hope they run for longer. But on the flip side of that, sometimes, we see stories that are told where it's super compelling for a couple seasons, and then you can tell that they try to ride off the popularity of the previous seasons. And look, if you have a great story and this is how long you need to tell it, sometimes that's all you need, and
it just runs its course.
It runs its course, and you kind of let it be. But look, the first 26 episodes. I don't know that we saw a single episode where it felt like filler or a slower pace or anything, and that's something that you see so often with TV shows that have longer running seasons. Is that okay? We're gonna get a little bit of backstory, a little bit of slower pace, and even the ones that weren't crazy action felt like you were getting so much detail and kind of kept your brain just spinning, wondering what was going to happen, how things were going to play out, what was the next clue that it was going to try to find, how L was going to try to pin Light down, and it was just such an incredible part 1. I want to say season 1, but part 1, and I know we don't have a lot of experience in anime here on the channel, but wow, this one's a banger, folks. Whatever we decide to watch next, it's got a lot to live up to with Death Note.
Yeah, I know the folks have made a lot of recommendations of other animes that have kind of that cat and mouse vibe. So, 1, thank you for those recommendations. 2, keep them coming, because I just want more of it.
Well, and like you were saying, same with me. I liked that recap, but imagine you're oh, you just said this wild ending. I can't wait till next week.
Here it is. It's about to start. Let's go.
In the first 12 minutes. The first 12 minutes is just a recap, and it's like, for me, I appreciate it because, like, look, when we watch Attack on Titan, there was a lot to digest, right, throughout the whole course of AOT, but they didn't do something like this where they really went through it. I mean, they did show, like, hey, what previously here and there, but nothing is. This was pretty in depth, and that's why I liked it. So I think we should score the part one. I think of the season.
Scoring it up. All right. Look, mine's already ready to go. 5 out of 5 answers for me on the first part one of Death Note, season 1, whatever you want to call it. I think part 1's probably more appropriate for the way they did it. Just awesome, just awesome. I love the storytelling, the characters, the development was all good. They kept you guessing. I love when so many times as the audience, you're watching something and you think to yourself, there's no way they can get out of this. They got him caught. This is it. And we had that so many times in this first part 1. And I just loved how devious Light was to have things set up, to know he could get away with things, to keep a level head, to keep all his lies straight was just incredible. Just a total psycho. And again, the fear of what happens when somebody who is brilliant decides to become what some might consider evil. Obviously, they showed some people in here are all for Kira and love what he's doing. So yeah, 5 for me.
Easy 5. I mean, just watching. Like, what was great was even when he gave up the powers and was like, oh, he's all for it, and he's showing his brilliance.
Oh, maybe he changed.
And like how much of a genius. He had one tiny slip up that L picked up on right away. Other than that, yeah, he was crystal clean. So yeah, very enthralling. Cannot wait for more. Definitely a 5 on the first part.
Was there any question? 5.
I mean,
5 for me. These guys did a good job of summarizing everything that we loved about this series. Wildly unique, incredibly thought-provoking. As I said in the very first episode, this is a TV show that's not just good for entertainment, but it's great for all sorts of in-depth discussions, which I'm sure over the course of the last better part of 2 decades, people have had very in-depth discussions and arguments and debates and all sorts of stuff about the morality, the legality, and everything in between of what Light is doing. People who hate it, people are trying to prosecute him, as we see, as you guys mentioned, people who have come to think of Kira as somewhat of a good thing and maybe even a hero, but in any regard. 5 answers from the open.
All right, there you have it. This was so much fun. We cannot wait to dive right into part 2 of Death Note. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.